right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, guys. This is our Sunday night call on Tuesday. So, welcome, welcome. Now, I don't want to be talking to a screen. I want to be talking to you guys. So, I'd love for all of you guys to turn on your video. I want to be able to see you the same way that you can see me as well. Nice to see you, Sandy, Catherine, Ilona, nice to see you. Emil, great to see you. David, Erica, Helen, you superstar, Helen. Janet, my dear, Ferry. Brilliant. Brilliant. Who else is coming? Naomi, did I say this correct? Pernilla in the house, amazing. Hantos, welcome. Awesome. All right, so if you're at work and you're gonna get in trouble, of course, you don't need to turn on your video. I don't want to get you in trouble. But if you can turn on your video, then obviously it makes a difference, guys. So Gladys is superstar. So guys, tonight's call is all going to be geared around creating massive amounts of energy, therefore momentum in the month of April. We're 1 week into the month of April, and today's Tuesday. And I want to basically take you through some key elements. Now, I know that we have Hungarian translation. I want to make sure the translation's okay. So if the translation is okay in Hungarian, give me either a thumbs up, right? Yes. Zoli says yes, amazing. If Zoli says yes, we're ready to go. Sylvia, great to see you. Betty, great to see you as well. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so last month we finished the month very, very strong, guys. Is what I'm noticing is that every single month we got an amazing increasing trend in the numbers. More people ranking up, more new team members, more new people getting their six. And I want to take you guys through some of the key steps in order to take in order for your business to explode. But the main thing is, right? The main thing is, and you guys, if you've been around for a while, you might have heard me say this before. But what my mentor always says, repetition is the mother of all skill. Sometimes we hear something, and we may hear it once, twice, 3 times, 5 times. But the 5th time, it falls on different ears. And because it falls on different ears, you take on the meaning that you need to take. And the same statement that maybe you heard many times, all of a sudden makes a bigger impact on you. And I remember it was one of those things that I kept on hearing over and over and over again. And I thought I understood it until I understood it. One of the things that I kept on hearing is people don't buy what you say, they buy your energy, they buy your enthusiasm. Because the thing is, when people are seeing the presentation, and this all comes down to psychology, when people are seeing the presentation, everybody gets excited. It's travel, it's holidays, it's fun, it's easy to get excited. But if all of a sudden, as you're watching the presentation with them, they're literally looking at it going, this looks amazing, but they see you like this. Worse yet, on your phone or something like that. It doesn't matter what you say to them. It doesn't matter if you tell them, I am all in, I'm taking this all the way to the top. They feel your enthusiasm. The same way that a dog smells fear, enthusiasm is transferable, right? So when you're sitting there, you're working on your business, you got to ask yourself the question is that, if the person presenting this to me was the way that I am right now, would I be excited to see this? Right? Would I buy it? Would I believe in it? And this is one of the things that, we speak to people so much about investing in your mindset, doing personal development, listening to the audios. The reason that we're doing that is because this here is our biggest weapon. This here is our biggest tool to creating our dream life. However, this is also our own worst enemy, because this is either holding us back or it's propelling us forward. And this is why I like, one of the things that I always focus a lot on is investing in yourself by reading the right books, listen to the right audios. And one of the things that my mentor always said to me: before you're about to do a presentation, before you're about to show the Viago to someone, showing the deal, get yourself in a peak state, right? I'll never forget. I remember I was traveled to a destination, and we were literally about to go and do a presentation. And I had one of my local leaders, and she walked in, and like, her shoulders were down, her energy was down, and she had this sometimes people don't even need to tell you anything, but you can feel their energy. She was like this. And I was like, "Hey, how are you?" "I'm okay." And I said, "What happened?" "I had 5 guests coming tonight, and only one of them came." Right? And I'm like, "Great. Why aren't you sitting with the one that came?" She goes, "Oh, I don't think he's going to sign up." So I said, "Do you trust me?" She goes, "Yes." I said, "Are you 100% coachable?" She goes, "Yes." I said, "Okay." I said, "I want you to go to the toilet, and I want you to do 10 star jumps." And she like looked at me like, "Are you serious?" And I said, "Well, look, I said to you, are you coachable?" She goes, "Yes, I'm coachable." I said, "So why are you arguing with me? Go to the toilet and do 10 star jumps." Okay. Now, some of you are listening to this going, "I wouldn't do that." Well, if my mentor told me to do 10 star jumps, I would do 10 star jumps. Why? Because my mentor told me, be teachable and coachable, even when it doesn't make sense, until it makes sense. So here's what happened. She went to the toilet. She did 10 star jumps. The whole time she's laughing because she's thinking, "I can't believe I'm in the toilet. A presentation's about to start, and I'm doing 10 star jumps." But she came out of the toilet and she had the biggest smile on her face. Her whole energy changed. Okay? Because your physiology affects your psychology, right? When you're moving around, your heart rate goes up. And as your heart rate goes up, your energy goes up, right? People don't know you did 10 star jumps. They just come and they see you excited. So all of a sudden, because she went and what she did, she changed her state. She went from this to this. Okay. Now, she was laughing because I told her to do 10 star jumps. But in my mind, I knew that the only thing she needed to change was her psychology. And I did that by simply helping her to change her energy. Well, that night, she enrolled that one person that was basically that guest. And that person, to give you an idea, went on and put on 12 sales in the business in the next 10 days. And later on, that team grew to 500 over the next 100 days. So I'm saying this to you because here's the thing that you got to ask yourself is, if you're doing the presentation and energy is transferable, are you attracting people to you, or are you propelling them away? Are you showing them that Viago is the best possible place to be a part of. It's the coolest club in the world. And then when you come and you're a part of Viago, your energy is excited because it's an exciting place to be. Or are you talking to people and they're not even curious because your energy shows that maybe this is not exciting after all? Now, what are some of the things that are going to get you excited? Moving around is going to change your energy. If you're about to do some invitations, and I encourage you guys to try this out, okay? There's times, look, our business is always going to go up and down. No matter what, our business, life, relationships, health, everything is going to have its ups and its downs. Okay? No matter what, it's part of life, right? You know, they say, if you ever been to the hospitals and you see the heart rate monitor, the heart rate is like this. What if the heart rate is not moving? What does this mean? It means you're gone. It's the same thing in life. You can't just basically have this in life. You gotta embrace the roller coaster, but you gotta have fun with the roller coaster as well, because we can't control the roller coaster. We can't control what happens to us, but we can always control how we deal with it. So if, let's say, you're about to do invitations, now, have you sat there and created a vision for yourself as to why you're building Viago? Do you have a crystal clear picture in your mind of what you want to create? If you haven't taken a few minutes to do that, guys, I encourage you, when we finish tonight, just take half an hour and start writing some things down of what do you want your life to look like 1 year from now by being a part of Viago. In fact, write this down. You know, what do you want your life to look like a year from now? It's the 8th of April, 2025. A year from now, we're in 2026. Where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing? Do you want to be building Viago part-time a year from now? Or do you want to be building Viago full-time because your full-time income was replaced by Viago? Maybe you managed to double your full-time income building Viago. Where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing with that? What do you want to be doing with your time? Where do you want to be traveling to? Like, literally, if you haven't had the opportunity to write this down, take some time right now and write them down. But it's even more powerful when you create a vision. What are some of the places you want to travel to in the next 12 months? Full-time Viagos and Emerald. Amazing, Catherine. Who are the people you want to help? Rumbi wants to take her family to Disney. Amazing. And empower women. Definitely. Guys, there's so many people that right now they need inspiration. There's so many people living in desperation, looking for someone to inspire them so they can break out of that. Nice, Nelton. What do you want your bank account to look like a year from now? What are the things that you want to be spending your money on a year from now? Black diamond. My dear Helen, I have zero doubt you're going to be a black diamond in Viago. Zero doubt. I see it. Full-time traveling the world and helping others, making a difference, creating God's disciples. Amazing. Explore the world through Viago. Gladys, I want to say congratulations, guys. Gladys is on fire. She enrolled 12 people in 24 hours. 12 people in 24 hours. Okay? Think about that. Gladys, just out of curiosity, how many people did you show? Actually, Gladys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unmute you for a moment. Okay? And if you can share a little bit in terms of what changed for you in your business, like that, what was the moment that you said, you know what, I'm going to do these? And you went out and you took massive action and enrolled 12 people in 24 hours. What was it for you?
Well, like I said earlier on, it was quite exciting because what I did was when I was decided that I was going to join Viago, I then just told my mind at the back of my mind that I'm going to do the best I can out of this opportunity. So what I then did was I went through my phone book, I checked through my contacts, and I separated numbers, telephone numbers from contacts. To me, that is important. You have to see who is your contact, who is likely to buy this idea. So those are the people I started with. I started communicating with them, sending messages, and I would call. And whenever I hear that there is a gathering of women or people where I can be, welcome, I'm just going in and I am, and I'm just talking about Viago. So I'm excited because on the Zoom meeting this evening, I actually had 10 that I invited. And guys, I'm not yet done. I'm not yet done. I've got more registrations coming through tomorrow. So it just needs, you're talking of psychology. I believe in positive thinking. I just believe it's going to happen. So my motto is hashtag make it happen. So I make it happen, and in my mind, I just say to myself, this is going to happen. How it's going to happen, I don't know. I've of course had a number of turn downs, regrets, people saying, no, this is not for me, or my hands are full. And I would gladly say, thank you. I respect them. I would say, thank you so much. I respect your decision, but I'm not stopping. I still go back to my phone. I check who else who else is I not communicated with. Like this evening, I was talking to someone, I was looking for someone, and she says she's in China and it's midnight. I said, please join the Zoom. And I was happy to see Hilda. And she said, you know what? This is for me, and I'm coming in. So I'm not stopping. Tomorrow I'm going out on business. I have 2 stopovers before I get to my destination, which is very far, but I've already made appointments. So speak to everyone. You never know who will come on board. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, my dear Gladys. I appreciate that. And keep rocking. You know, you've done bronze already. Bronze is already done. Now silver's around the corner. I'm very curious to see if you're going to break the record of the fastest person to get to emerald. So no pressure.
I'm coming. Thank you.
Awesome. So, guys, in case you haven't noticed, by the way, there was 2 things that Gladys. Number one, it was her energy. You see that her energy was very, very strong. She's excited. I think anybody that sees her face, they can tell she's excited, right? So that's transferable. Here's the second thing as well. Certainty. Her posture has certainty. It wasn't like, yes, I'm going to try to give some people tomorrow, give a call to some people tomorrow, and I'm going to see what they're going to say. She's like, I am just doing it. I am showing everybody. And some of them, you know, they don't get it. They don't they don't like it. They don't join. It's okay. I'll move on to the next one. The amount of time you spend between the presentations affects your energy. See, the challenge with most people is that they take too long in between presentations and they spend so long thinking and analyzing about each prospect. Oh, they told me no. Why did they say no? And if they said yes, They could have been so strong. They could have done this. They could have been a leader. And they're so long into their head that they're taking away from the time that they should be investing in the next presentation. Spend less time between presentations, okay? And the only way to do that is to get so busy with the activity, you don't even have time to remember the people that said no to you. Like literally, you don't even have time to think about the people that didn't say no to you. Now, one of the things, I did some calls with some of the team literally before I went out to Romania. And I want to share a couple of stories about that. And one of the things that I said to the team is that this business is simple. It's super simple business. It's not a difficult business. Guys, what do? We invite people to see a presentation. You can invite them on a Zoom or you can push play in a video. Excuse me. Then you get them on the phone with someone with more experience than you. Excuse me. And then when they get started, get them on a training. You invite them to come to a training with us. You invite them to come to Greece with us. You invite them to meet you in London, depending where you are. We've got a Super Saturday happening in London on the 26th of April. If you're less than 5-hour flight from London, jump on a plane and come to London and meet us and bring your team with you. I'm coming from Cyprus to the UK in order to do this training, right? We've got people flying in from all types of countries, right? Show them the presentation, they get started, you get them on a training. Repeat. They show them the presentation, they get started, take them on a holiday with you. And repeat. This is our job description. It's not rocket science. So why is it some people find it difficult in order to do this? Because they spend too long thinking about it. What is the person going to say? How are they going to react? How are they going to love it? Are they going to join? How are they going to reject me? Do you see what I mean? Well, let me ask you something, right? If let's say, you know, I know a bunch of you guys are parents, you've got kids, and you had a job and you had a boss that basically said to you, all I want you to do is every single day, pull out a list of contacts and I want you to call 100 people. And a part of you, you didn't want to call 100 people. You didn't want to, but your boss said, this is your job. This is what you do. And if you don't do it, you're out. You're fired. I want to find somebody else. Okay. I need someone that's going to be on the phones and they're going to make $100 a day, 100 phone calls a day. If you're not that person, no problem, leave. Now, let's say you got a family, you got a mortgage, you got bills to pay. You can't afford to lose your job. So whether you like it or not, what do? If the boss says you're going to do something, you do it because you feel like you don't have a choice. Well, you know what the problem with network marketing is? You don't have a boss. You are your own boss. And some of you are the most flexible bosses in the world. Some of you are the kind of bosses that you say to yourself that if I don't feel like it today, don't worry, there's always tomorrow. And I can do the minimum and nobody's going to fire me. In fact, I can do nothing and nobody's watching. But the thing is, do you know how you build integrity with yourself? You build integrity and character with yourself when you consistently keep the promises you make to yourself. So if you wake up in the morning, you say, I'm going to do this, and you don't follow through, your subconscious mind goes, you're not going to do it tomorrow either. You lied yesterday, you're going to lie tomorrow. Right? Now, if you did have a boss and you knew that you had to do it because it was a matter of either getting paid and feeding your kids or losing your job and your kids go hungry, can you see how that essentially, when you have that motivation, nothing would stop you from doing the activity? And the key thing is taking this business from a want to a need, right? Everybody wants things, but the things that we get are the things that it's a need for us. The need for food, the need for shelter, the need for survival. We do whatever it takes in order to fulfill the needs, but the wants sometimes remain a luxury unless we make the wants a need. Is it a want for you to have freedom, or is it a need for you to have freedom? Is it a want for you to have the financial flexibility to make the decisions and travel the world, be with your family, spend time with the people that you love without worrying whether you can afford it? Is it a want or is it a need? When you basically put yourself in the position that you got no other option but to do it, no matter what the obstacles, you're going to find a way. So number one is energy. Number two is certainty. Okay, it's creating certainty in yourself that no matter what, you're just going to do it anyway. And number three, taking this business from being, I would like to do this, I want to do it, to what's it going to take for this to become a necessity for you? That I will do whatever it takes until I win. Now, the fourth thing is the activity. See, Gladys is a great example. Helen is an amazing example. Helen Mandishona, guys, I am so proud of this lady. She works full-time as an accountant. She's a mother. She's got her own roller coaster that she's dealing with. But I never see this lady complain. Literally, never see her complain, even though she has every right to complain about some of the challenges she has faced over the last few months. But she's always got a smile on her face. She's a pleasure to work with. And consistently, no matter what, every single night, she's on the Zooms. She's doing three-way calls. She's doing the right things consistently. And this is why her team is literally over 300 people since she joined in October. And I know this is just the beginning. I know in the next few months, those 300 people are going to turn to 3,000. How do I know this? Because she's putting in the work. She's not putting in the work a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, and a little bit next week. She is putting in the work consistently. And there's a thing called the compound effect here. It's like at the beginning, even when we started doing these nightly Zooms, when we launched the Zooms in November, if I remember correctly, October, November, we launched the Zooms with Matt. We were getting 15, 20, 25 people on the Zooms. Now we're getting 100, 120 over the next few weeks, because I know what's about to happen right now. Over the next few weeks, it's going to go to 150, 200. And I know in the next few months, we're going to be maxing out these Zooms at 500 people. And then we're going to figure out a way to take those 400 people and make it 1,000 people. It's going to happen. Why? Because there's a lot of people right now doing a little bit consistently. And when you do it consistently, it's like setting up the dominoes. You're setting it up, you're setting it up, you're setting it up. But it takes one domino to start creating this momentum before it starts taking off and creating the fire. Now, Romania, I want to talk a little bit about Romania. Some of you guys saw the pictures and the videos from Romania, the training that we did there. There was close to 60 people in the room in Romania. The energy was amazing. David was there. Siri was there, Chongi, Mola was there, Nushi was there. There was literally, guys, this was the result of a handful of people saying we're going to do this. And when Chongi and Mola asked me to go to Romania to do this training, I said, can you put 50 people in a room? They said, we're going to do whatever it takes. We will have 50 people in a room. They didn't say, we'll try. They didn't say, hopefully. They said, we will have 50 people in the room. And they had 58 people in the room. And I'm saying this to you because that certainty, when you're speaking to people, when you're inviting them, when you're presenting, and you're telling them, I'm doing this, I'm taking this all the way, that certainty carries. When people feel certain that you know where you're going, they're going to follow you. If they feel you're a little bit flaky, they're not going to follow you. Now, it was not easy for them to get 50 people in a room. They didn't have a big team in Romania, but they had a spark. And it was literally a lot of activity leading up to it. Okay, we announced it in Dubai. We announced it. So in Dubai, we announced it, and it was literally 2.5 weeks later. So in 2.5 weeks, consistently, the Friday before the training, we had 6 presentations back to back, not 6 one-on-ones or 2-on-ones, like 6 group presentations back to back. It started off with a small one, like 4 or 5 people. The last one, I think, had about 20 people, 25 people. I lost count. And it started building up. That created the energy. Now, Chongi and Imola have been taking massive, massive action since that trainings happened. So they stayed and they worked with those people, and they've had more people join in the last 2 weeks than they did in the last 2.5 months in their business. Now, why did that happen? Because they took a spark, they took some fresh new team members. They brought them to a training. The training gave people certainty. This is real, this works. There's testimonials, there's people winning in this. That certainty applied with action created a result. The result created more energy, and that creates a snowball effect. So now there's people doing presentations every single day, every single day. Every single day, people are signing up. So I'm saying this to you guys because it's the month of April. It's the 8th of April right now. And I want to give you guys a challenge as we finish this off. I want to give you a challenge until the end of April. Right? Literally just until the end of April. Right? And I want you to write down the number 7. The number 7. And here's what I want you to focus on. And when we finish in a moment, okay, take some moments to create a list for this, right? We have 23 days until the end of the month. 23 days till the end of the month. Focus on just one thing. Talking to 7 people every single day. Just talk to 7 people every single day. Now, I know some of you are thinking, well, what should I say? Honestly, I don't care what you say. I just want you to get into the practice of picking up the phone and having a conversation with 7 people a day. Now, the goal is to get those 7 people to watch a presentation. Now, it may not be 7 people at a presentation every day, but if you're reaching out to 7 people every single day, here's what's going to happen. 2 or 3 of them will be able to jump on a presentation. Some of them are not going to be available, and that's okay. But 2 or 3 of them will be able to jump on a presentation. What if you leverage the presentations that are 7 nights a week just for the next 30 days? And you get 2 or 3 people on a presentation each night for the next 21 days. It's actually almost quite symbolic. There's like 21, 23 days because it takes 21 days to create a habit. It takes 67 days to make it permanent, but it takes 21 days to create the habit. And what if that habit, literally, guys, if you're calling people to invite them, you should not be spending more than 30 seconds on the phone with them. 30 seconds. If I'm calling Janet, I'll be like, hey, Janet, real quick, just out of curiosity, are you free tonight at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, depending on the time zone? She's going to tell me, yes, I'm free, or no, I'm not. If she says, no, I'm not, no problem, Helen, call you later. If she says, yes, I'm free, amazing. Listen, I need you to be in front of your computer, your tablet, your phone. I don't care. I want literally 30 minutes of your time, no interruptions at 7 o'clock. Can you make it happen? Now, my voice says everything. I'm not saying, hey, do you think you're able to, da, da, da. I'm like, I have certainty. I need you to be in front of your tablet, your phone, your laptop. I don't care. 30 minutes, no interruptions at 7 o'clock. Can you make it happen? Yes, I can. What's going on? What is it? I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm going to call you just before 7. Okay. All I can tell you I'm working on something big, and I want you to be one of the first people to see this. I'll tell you all about it tonight. Click. That's my invitation. Short, sharp, straight to the point. If I'm going to send this on a text, I'll be like, hey, Janet, you free tonight at 7? Question mark. She says, yes, I'm free. I call her. Amazing. Because energy is transferable, guys. So I want to call her. I don't want to just text it to her. Okay? It's too important to just text her. But if you send the text to 10 people, and the ones that reply, yes, I'm free, what's up? And you call those, now you're leveraging your time. Okay? Now, when I call her, I'm going to tell her, hey, Janet, listen, I'm working on this project. It's absolutely huge. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to tell you all about it. But what's cool is that I'm not the one doing the talking. The person you're about to watch right now is one of the top leaders in all of Europe and Africa. And if you give them your undivided attention, maybe this opportunity is going to enable you to upgrade your lifestyle like I am doing right now, and like I want to take my friends with me. Watch it till the end. The end is the best part, and I'm going to call you straight after. Cool? Guys, literally, I keep it that simple. Okay, if you sit there and go for the month of April, I'm going to reach out to 7 people every single day. I'm going to focus on getting 2 to 3 people at a presentation every day. Over the next 7 days, you're going to show 20 people. If only 20% join, which is the average, that means you're going to get 4 new team members in the next 7 days. Well, 4 new team members is an extra $200 to $400, depending on which pack they start with. If you're brand new right now and you do this over the next 7 days, that means over the next 7 days, you're going to have your first 4 and another 2 sales, you got your 6. Well, what if you do that for the next 3 weeks, like we said? That's 12 new team members before the end of the month. Even if you're brand new, you're already a bronze. If you already got some team members, you might already hit a silver, which is $200 a month residual every single month. Now, this is not rocket science, okay? It's simple. But what is simple to do is also simple not to do. Right? It's simple as you listen to it right now and you're sitting there and you're going, yeah, 7 people, I could do that. I'm going to write a list right now and I'm going to do it. And as soon as the Zoom finishes, you're like, yeah, let me just go make a cup of tea first. And then that small window of opportunity is gone because then you make a cup of tea, then one of your friends calls you, then you have a chat, then you look at the time and you're like, oh my God, it's a little bit late now. I'm going to call them tomorrow. I'm saying this to you because I've done this too. Like everybody else, I have my ups, I have my downs. I have days I don't want to speak to people. Okay. I had days where the phone weighed like a ton and I didn't want to pick up the phone and I thought of 1,000 different excuses not to make a phone call. I've been there. I know what it feels like. I know what to have those voices inside your head that hold you back, that restrict you, that fight you and try to get in the way of your dreams. The only difference is I learned to just quieten that voice and just do it anyway. That I learned that by doing the activity, even when I don't feel like it, then that voice gets weaker. But the more I pay attention to that voice, the more I give that voice power. What you focus on expands. So what are you focusing on? So, guys, just take these moments as we finish right now, write that list. Let's just focus on literally 2-3 people on Zoom presentation every single day. Now, I know some of you are going to do this as the minimum, as the maximum, but I know there's also some of you that are going to say 2-3 people a day is the minimum. I want to focus on 5 people a day, 7 people a day, 8 people a day, whatever. Get so many people on the Zooms that you barely have time to follow them up. And I would drop them a message afterwards going, hey, look, I got a bunch of people in the Zoom. If I take too long to get to you, you call me. That's telling them, I don't need you. I'm doing it anyway. You're not telling them that in words, but your actions speak louder that you're doing it and you're doing it big. Last but not least, the training is in Thessaloniki, sorry, in Halkidiki. The airport to fly into is called Thessaloniki. A lot of you are like, oh, is there going to be an escape beforehand? Absolutely. We're always going to have an escape before every single training. The escape will start most likely either the Tuesday or the Wednesday before. Okay. So my recommendation, either fly in on the Tuesday morning or fly in on the Monday, spend the night in Thessaloniki. We're going to organize transfers to go from Thessaloniki to Halkidiki. There's more details coming out soon. All I'm saying to you, especially if you're in Africa, Zimbabwe, UK, whatever, and I know the flight prices are changing, don't wait, guys. I see a lot of people say, yeah, I'm coming. And I'm like, great. Have you booked? Saying something and not doing it, breaks the promise with your subconscious, as we spoke about earlier, right? Number one law of leadership is lead by example. So if you're telling your team, I'm coming to the training, I'm going to be there in Greece, but then you haven't booked, then how are you going to lead your team to do the same? So if you haven't got your ticket for the event, get that booked tonight, right? Go to viagoevents.com tonight, right? And literally book the training, and there's a badge to recognize you. Don't even wait for it. Like literally post your receipt on Team Up Facebook group and say I'm booked. For your team to see it, tag your team and then call your team and tell them I'm already booked. Are you coming with me? Right? How much is the escape trip? When we announce it, you're going to know the price. Okay? Right? Because right now we're in the process of packaging the trip, Ferry. So once we finish packaging it, it's going to go live. We found a great hotel. We're negotiating the deal right now. We're organizing the transfers. And as soon as we have everything ready, we're going to release the escape. Okay? So I'm telling you, get that booked. Now, in the meantime, I'm doing this Super Saturday in London. There's also going to be a training in Geneva in the first weekend of May. So you got new people, like exactly what Chunky and Imola have done, and David and Sidi and Nushi and Raymond. They just brought new people to that training. And those people got excited. Now there's a lot of activity going. They're going to take those new people now and the new team members and take it into Amplify. And that's what's going to create the explosion. So we're doing these local events in order to help you to grow your team, right? So the link is on Team Up Facebook group. If you haven't booked it, just go there and book, okay? That's it. Let's make April a powerful month. We already finished the first quarter of the year. We're going to the second quarter of the year. 2025 is going to be historical for all of us. And it's your turn to also grab a slice of that pie. Have an amazing week, guys, and see you soon.